WorldWideWitty people. I have a cold this week, so if I sound sick, it's because I am. I like traveling, but I haven't traveled very much. Like, the furthest I've been from Ohio is Vermont, and there's nothing in Vermont. On my personal channel, I've talked about my many ventures through Chicago to Milwaukee, so I'm not going to talk about that. I will tell you one thing that happened on the way back from there, though, because I never told you guys that story. You know how we've had the whole winter vortex going on lately, and you heard about in the winter all those trains that got super freaking delayed and stuck in snow and stuff? I ended up having to stay in downtown Chicago all by myself until like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I hadn't slept in like 24 hours, and I'm all alone surrounded by strangers in a giant city in a train station that I'm not very familiar with. I was fine though. I stole Wi-Fi from a McDonald's and I posted Facebook statuses in varying stages of panic. Another place I travel a lot is Cincinnati, because my dad lives in Cincinnati, and there is this really cool grocery store down there called Jungle Jim's. Oh my god. It's like a grocery store, but there are props everywhere. There's like a singing Elvis monkey thing, there's like a Campbell's soup can swinging from the ceiling, and there are all kinds of weird novelties everywhere, and it is the coolest grocery store, and I think they overprice their stuff because it's so cool, but I don't care. I've been to Pittsburgh a couple times, and as a little kid, I don't remember this because I was so young, but we had a home video. We went to see a bunch of fireworks and stuff. You know the fireworks that sort of like slither up and go zzz? My mom just sort of off to the right of the camera just sort of goes, "Oh, they look like sperm." She was not happy when I found that video later and actually got what she meant. The first road trip I remember was going to Vermont. We just sort of piled into our van and we drove all the way up to Vermont, and we had to sleep in our car a few times. I remember like looking out the window when we went through New York, because I saw this big city and I was like, oh my god, it's New York City. It wasn't New York City, but it was still really cool. We actually overshot Vermont and ended up in New Hampshire, and we're like, oh look, we're in New Hampshire. We had to turn around and go back. That was weird. We did eventually get to the lake in Vermont that we were going to, and our cabin, nothing really good can be said about our cabin except that there was writing all over the walls and it was pretty cool to read, and there were kind of like creepy poems in the bathroom, which was hilarious. Here's the kitchen and here's my bedroom, and there's like this thin wall separating them. There's this little hole in the wall and there's a mirror on the other side in the kitchen, and I found this hole and I stuck my finger through it and moved the mirror, and my mom screamed because she thought that the finger in the wall was like a dead finger pushing the mirror. But I scared the living crap out of her, and it was one of my proudest moments. It still is, I don't know why. The worst thing about Vermont was the wash bagosh. Like, we didn't have a shower in our cabin. We had to go to this little community shack, and it was sort of like Fungus City, because you had to wear sandals, and it was really, I didn't like showering in a shack. Also, I've always loved making videos, and we brought a video camera, and I thought that the viewfinder was the lens, so all the videos of me look like this. Like I'm sitting here talking to the viewfinder, like, hey, this is Vermont. In conclusion, I travel as much as a normal person. I wish I could travel more. I have been to Cedar Point like a million times. I know that part of like the back of my hand. I could draw you a map of it, but I don't really count it because it's only like an hour away from my house. When I grow up, I want to travel a lot. I know I can't travel the whole world or anything because I'm going to be an artist and sleeping on park benches, but I do want to see the UK. I think that'd be really awesome to go to like a big YouTube event over there and meet all the British YouTubers. Maybe go to Spain or something so I can practice Spanish. I do want to see Japan, not because I'm a weeaboo, but because I'm actually interested in Japan, and my sensei in karate class has been there, and I want to go there too. And in the United States, I want to go to California, I want to go to VidCon, and I want to go to Comic-Con, and I want to go to New York, and I want to go to Chicago. I've been to Chicago a few times, but I like Chicago. Maybe one day I'll be a cultured, well-traveled person and I'll take my camera to all kinds of places. That'll be cool. By the way, this necklace is from Italy. My friend Tori got it for me when she got to go to Italy with a bunch of people in our class, and it's really cool. I have something from Italy in my room. I don't know.